All right, have you decided which one of the change buffet strategies you wanted to try first? Let's put it into action. Can we be real for a second? You are going to slip up. Everyone slips up or falls off the wagon once in a while, especially because we're trying to change some lifelong behaviors. So expect setbacks along the way to permanent change and be gentle with yourself. You're human. Many things can cause us to slip. Being tired, going on vacation, getting sick, increased stress. Be careful not to slip into all or nothing thinking when you have a setback. Be aware of your self-talk. Slips can get you down, or you can see them as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and your behavior. Don't just blame yourself for a lack of willpower for your slips. Avoid being judgmental. There's usually a reason why you ran into some trouble in the first place. Slips can be good. You can learn a tremendous amount from these mistakes. A great example of this is when Thomas Edison was asked how he handled the fact that he had failed 10,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. He replied that they were not failures. He had just learned 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. So in other words, there's no such thing as a failure, just feedback. The best response? Be curious. Ask yourself questions like, what happened? What was going on? What was I saying to myself? What was different compared to times that I didn't slip? Exploring the answers to questions like these will give you information that can help you plan for the future, and that's called relapse prevention. It's learning to do things differently to help avoid the same situation that caused the slip, or to respond in a different way the next time you're faced with the same situation. Follow the 7 steps of effective problem solving. So in other words, identify the problem that caused the slip, brainstorm solutions to try next time, choose a plan, try it, and see how it worked. There may still be some backsliding, but if you learn from the setbacks, you're still moving forward. I know that we're used to setting massive goals, especially around somewhere like New Year's. But it's these massive goals with vague parameters that make them very difficult to achieve. It's easy to say, I want to lose 40 pounds and get healthy. But you've left yourself open to how you're actually going to achieve that goal. When are you going to achieve that goal by? And the steps that you're going to take. So see what I mean about making it a little bit too vague? We often expect too much from ourselves and from our body's response to our efforts. Setting unrealistic goals sets us up for failure, and failures can drain our confidence and motivation. Compare this to drinking water. Nowadays, we just turn on the faucet and presto, we have water coming out of the tap. However, what if you were to go to a campground and use one of those old-fashioned water well pumps to get water? Does any water come out of the spout after you push that long handle down one time? How about after 3 pushes? Usually it takes many repetitive, strenuous pushes on that handle to bring up enough water pressure in the ground to make the water come up and out the spout. It takes a lot of hard work and persistence to make changes in how we think and act and feel, and it's not realistic to expect immediate perfect results. It helps to approach change one step at a time. Plan to make small, gradual changes that you are confident you can achieve. These are micro goals. Goals are guaranteed to fail if you set them to please or satisfy someone else, if you're too vague when you're describing your goal, if you try and take on too much and overhaul your life, if you only feel successful once you reach the ultimate goal, or you focus on all the goals that you didn't manage to complete. Page 44 and 45 will step you through creating your goals, and if you feel comfortable, share them in the Facebook group for some feedback and support. So I want to give you 2 real-life examples here. So Mary set a goal for last week to eat breakfast every day, something that she doesn't usually do. Mary had high motivation and she felt confident she'd be able to achieve her goal. But this is what she had to say at the end of the week. I failed. I thought I could eat breakfast every day and it's just one little meal, and I had so many fast and easy recipes that I wanted to try. What a letdown. I thought this was a good goal, but clearly I'm not ready to make changes. Doesn't sound too motivating, does it? Have you met Ted? Ted also had a breakfast goal for this week and also didn't have a previous track record for eating breakfast in the morning. The difference was Ted's goal was to eat breakfast at least 3 times this week. Ted wrote, "I did it. I successfully achieved my goal and I was actually able to surpass it. After I finished my second breakfast of the week, I was really on a roll and felt super motivated to make sure that I continued to make time for it. And then the rest of the week was easy." Both Mary and Ted had breakfast 4 times that week. But do you see what a difference their goals made for them? Sometimes even the best laid plans don't work out. Snowstorms, dry cleaning, sick kids, car repairs, real life can often get in the way of the best laid plans. Some barriers to change are unpredictable, such as catching a cold. But some potential barriers can be predicted, and you can make a plan to stop them from undermining your goal. So let's use an example. Let's say your goal is to write down in a notebook everything you eat and drink for the whole weekend. What are some potential barriers that could undermine this goal that you could plan around? Maybe you might feel embarrassed to pull out the notebook in a restaurant or at a friend's house on Saturday night. So what could you do to overcome this? How about recording what you're eating on your cell phone so it'll just look like you're sending yourself a reminder or sending a text to someone or something like that? Or how about if you just zip away for a few quiet minutes somewhere to write it down? How about the goal of making healthy choices at a friend's house for dinner? Could you bring something like, say, a healthy salad to dinner to help contribute, but then you also have something that you know what's in it and you're comfortable with how healthy it is? How about making the goal to only have one serving and to choose to fill at least half your plate with some kind of vegetable? Could you let your host know that you're watching what you eat and maybe they can offer a fruit salad then instead of a rich cake for dessert? With successful goal setting, you keep looking back at what you've accomplished rather than looking ahead at how far you still have to go. Look at how many corners of the basement have been cleared out and organized rather than focusing on the huge rest of the mess that still needs attention. Think of all the time you were able to resist buying the larger portions at the fast food restaurant instead of feeling frustrated that you still eat at a fast food place when you're in a hurry. Celebrate every time you achieve a goal. Even accomplishing small goals takes effort on your part, so acknowledge that. And write down how you will reward yourself, without food, of course, when you complete those goals. Sometimes knowing ahead of time what your reward will be will give you extra motivation. And success, no matter how small, builds confidence if you choose to acknowledge it. So that's it. Congratulations. You've completed the videos and you're well on your way to transforming your relationship with food. This is the start of your journey towards your balanced, healthy relationship with food. If you're interested in continuing your journey of support with me, please let me know. We can talk about how best I can support you, whether that be with some more free resources or if you want to start to work together. And as I mentioned before, I also offer a stress management course that's structured very similarly to this one. Some short videos with activity throughout the weeks and a support group. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. And that's it. That's all. So thanks again for being such great participants. I'm excited to have been there for this part of your healthy lifestyle journey. And I can't wait for you to achieve the life of vitality that you're working towards.